It's just been such a blessing.
We'll edit that out.
Spittled everywhere.
Don't worry about that. At least I didn't get in my cup. Napa Valley Life Church, welcome to another episode of NVLIFE at Home. We're so glad that you're joining us. I'm excited because Zach's here. Hey, Zach.
I'm here.
He's awesome. He sounds good through this microphone, I'm pretty sure.
Hopefully.
Zach has been a friend of mine for about 18 months now since I got here. But it's exciting because Zach has just a deep, loving relationship with God. And he shows that through your family, through your relationship with your wife, your kid. And so he was in my office today, and you were sharing a little bit about how God's been working on you over these past couple months. And I was hoping you could share that. It was encouraging to me, and it'll be encouraging to our church.
Yeah. So I've just been experiencing a really rich time of fellowshipping with God, and primarily consistent time with Him, and how that has continued to affect my life, the way I treat my daughter, the way I treat my wife. And the more that I've been communing with God, the more I find joy in it, and the more I find joy in reflecting God's heart to those around me. So whether that's my daughter, my wife, this guy, just been a rich season. And it's one of those times where you see in your life times of up and sometimes back and sometimes up, but constantly moving in that trajectory to through sanctification to becoming more like Christ.
Now, you said something to me, and I don't know if I'm going to get this right. It was something along the lines of the heart doesn't know what the mind does something.
Yeah.
Say it. You say it.
So basically the idea, it actually comes from Romans. The verse isn't really hitting me right now. But the idea is that the heart can't love what the mind doesn't know. So the more that we know God through His Word, the more that we fall in love with Him. So whether through the person of Christ, who's
really
good.
The image
of
Him. I think that there's this sense of like, hey, we're going to pursue this emotional relationship with God, almost like we pursue this emotional relationship with like a girl. You know what I mean? And if my wife and I built everything off of emotions, our marriage would crumble fairly quickly.
Sure, and if you started dating and you said, hey, I love you, but I don't want to know anything more about you. Keep it to yourself. Yeah. And we'll just stay here. Yeah. And I don't want to hear about your daily issues. I don't want to hear anything more about who you are. Yeah. I like you just the way, my amount of knowledge of you right now.
So you were on that first date with me and Andrea.
Wow, Andrea, she's a saint. You wouldn't do that in a relationship with another human being, just like you wouldn't do that in a relationship with God. You wouldn't get to a point of, I feel like I know God well enough. I don't need to deep dive into His Word. I don't need to understand more. I can just read the verse. I get it. I take my piece. I go on. Yeah. And so really the fact is that we're all theologians. It's just a matter of where you're getting your theology from, because we're all informed by not just the Bible that we read every day, but by the media that we take in, whether it's TV, news. We are constantly being pushed to one way or another of why we believe what we believe, and whether we're being informed by the Bible or we're being informed by the culture. It really depends on where you're spending your time.
Yeah, let's finish with one more thing, because you said this, the progression of your sanctification. For you guys who don't know what that is, it's that process after we're saved, after we're justified. It's really God working on us, Christ working on us to be more like Him through the rest of our life. You said that there was this seasons that sometimes that feels like it's slow, and sometimes that feels like it's really fast. Yeah. Like God is just kind of giving you all the course in that few months, and you said that that's kind of been that season now.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of experiences that in their spiritual life, in their life as a Christian, is times of rich fellowship, and sometimes we don't feel as rich, or maybe we're struggling, or maybe we're learning more about God through hardship or different challenges. But the truth is that through the work of Jesus Christ, we are all being brought through sanctification, and He is going to carry us to the end. He's given us that promise in His Word. Right. So it's just a matter of, sometimes it's a run, but sometimes it's a lean. It's just that
You're
just that
preaching
little
now,
bit.
brother.
So
Watch
it's-
out.
it's
I'm using
not-
that on Sunday.
It's not always about how fast you're moving in that
Yeah.
direction, but that you're oriented, your heart is oriented in that
That's
direction.
good. That's really good. Hey, guys, when you are struggling, especially in these times right now where you're at home, being forced to watch these videos, lean into Christ, lean into your scripture, and he's still sanctifying you, even at home. We love you guys. Thank you, Zach,
Yeah.
for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.